I speak today to voice my concern over the future of our state as I see this Republican majority ignoring every warning sign to thrust this state into even further financial peril. Yes, peril. Senator Garrett, at the start of session, you asked me a question in our Appropriations Committee meeting. You asked me to explain where I'd cut the budget. For the first time after I'd offered scores of amendments last session, you wanted my advice on how to get this state out of the financial disaster your budgeting decisions had caused. Well, my Republican friends, here is my advice. Acknowledge the cause, not just the effect of misguided budget decisions. We have before us a bill that will eliminate, once fully implemented, as much as $1 billion a year of the state's budget. When we have just over a $7 billion budget, that has serious consequences for Iowa's future. Most people understand that when you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you do is quit digging. You are saying, hand us the dynamite. I'll show you what a real hole looks like. Of course, even those who benefit in this scheme are going to find out you're putting $1 in one pocket and stealing the wallet with the other. It is going to be a property tax hike in local communities, long after the legislative Republicans and governor have celebrated cutting taxes for the rich. You even have a bill on the calendar today to eliminate the backfill. The backfill of funds taken away from local governments because, ironically, you have said we just can't afford the backfill anymore. Now, word is that you won't even take that up today. You'll just wait for next year to deal with it, rather than have to explain the plain intellectual dishonesty of this move. Rather than have to explain these two inconsistent actions on the campaign trail this year, you're going to wait till you have to do it next year. Regardless, you clearly know this is a property tax hike in waiting. But you're going to force local governments to take that action. How courageous. So get ready, Iowans. Get ready for more bad budget headlines, more emergency fund transfers, more raiding of the rainy day fund, more mid and end of the year budget cuts, more permanent budget cuts, and of course, the tragic headlines that go with all of that. The assaults in our corrections facilities, the children dying of starvation, the quality of life that deteriorates to go with all of that. We have today tax and spend Republicans who see fit to have working Iowans taxed so they can spend on giveaways to the wealthiest corporations in existence. This bill is the monument to that. It saves about $2.50 a week for Iowans making less than $200,000 a year on average. Not enough for a Happy Meal, Senator Yoakum, but maybe, just maybe, they'll get that candy bar. But wait for it. The real punchline here, as just about half of this cut goes into effect, it's going to benefit those Iowans making over $250,000 a year. So at the end of this session, the one crisis you see that actually needs to be addressed, it's not Medicaid, it's not the vulnerable Iowans going without services. You rejected even a limited amendment to do that yesterday. It's not the children dying of starvation because we don't have enough social workers to keep up with their caseloads. It's not the underfunded classrooms. You were going to actually say with a straight face, we need to make sure the absolute wealthiest in our state get a little further ahead. Another win for the wealthy with working class Iowans left behind. Once again, this is madness. Iowans want leaders who will deal with Iowa's budget responsibly, to be the adults in the room. That means being honest with them about our state's budget. It means restoring fiscal responsibility to our government. This bill unmistakably shows Iowans they cannot trust you to manage our state's budget. You're giving millions to the wealthiest Iowans who do not need a handout to get by, and all the while undermining our state's duty to deliver a quality of life Iowans deserve. Our schools deserve better. Our healthcare system deserves better. Our local communities deserve better. Iowa's future deserves better.